Afternoon guys, and happy Friday. Welcome back to our channel. So all this week we've had this 2024 Swift Voyager in on a Ford Transit chassis and engine and cab, and this customer has been into us for our very popular 360-degree high definition camera system. So join me as we have a look around the van, show you all the cameras fitted, and most importantly show you what it looks like inside. Right, starting with the side, and I always do this in all of our videos just because they do differ. Starting with the top side camera here, we've gone for our usual black because there's so many contrasting black colours on this vehicle anyway. It looks good and it works well. As I've said to you before, it's measured dead centre down the middle of the vehicle as far as we can get it. It's really important for it to be absolutely dead centre. Right, follow me to the back of the van. Now this is where we really struggle. The reason being is because we have replaced the factory fitted camera and we've replaced it with our full 1080 HD camera. It's 180 degrees wide. What makes it difficult is when the software then has to work harder to compensate for this, because we can't exactly put this on a bracket to bring it out further because it would just look naff. So that's the rear camera, and you can see how well Martin's adjusted that or catered for it on the software. But again, you can see that it's one of those vehicles that we don't have any control over this. We just work to the best of our abilities on something like this. Right, join me round the side here. Again, side camera, absolutely, if you can, we can try and get it in the middle of the vehicle. This just happens to be of the Habitation door, and it's the same height as the awning light. So we're a bit of a perfectionist here, or perfectionists. We try our best to make sure that we get that as neat as possible wherever we can. Right, front camera, come around. Now, when it comes to a camera like this, I'm really fussy, but how do you get a camera on the outermost part of the bumper without it being on show? Martin's made one of his normal fabricated brackets that he's done, so he's cut that out. He's then made sure it follows the contour of the camera, primered it and sprayed it and bolted it on. So that means the whole bumper's been off, and then we have to use our Copex, split tubing Copex in here to make it look nice and neat. Otherwise you'd have the cable open to the elements, and that's not what we're about. Again, not the neatest of things to look at, but realistically, it's there to do a job, and it does it well, because anywhere else would mean that the camera's sloping back and it will just upset the 360 software. So now we're going to jump inside. I'll show you the monitor, the drive and the controls. So this particular customer waited months. He was booked in quite a long time ago, and he's been delayed with this particular motorhome. He's had a previous motorhome and wanted to pick this one that suited their needs as much as possible. And that works fine because you've got the rear bedroom, you've got a nice communal area here, and we've got a nice bit of area under here for our 360 drive. And during the video you'll see pictures pop up on the screen. That just shows again the quality of the work that we do. We see so many retrofitted or aftermarket products fitted in these motorhomes that are done by dealers, and I'm sorry dealers, but you're not that good. You might be good at selling the vehicles, but when it comes to the aftermarket work, this is what we do because we do it every single day. And you'll see the quality of the work we do, the neatness of the cables, cloth taped, cable tied, P-clipped, etc, etc. Now the screen on this one has been an interesting one because Ordinarily, we are always thinking, doesn't matter how new the vehicle is, we're thinking about MOT in 3 years' time, or an MOT every year. Is the MOT instructor? Is the MOT inspector going to fail it because it's an obstruction of view? A lot of them do, some of them don't. Some of the installations we do, we actually say to the customer, look, every MOT time, you're going to have to unplug the monitor, remove it, get the MOT, pop it back up. The most important thing really is functionality, because aesthetics and functionality are important. Functionality is more important because ultimately, if you can't see it when you're using it and you've spent all this money on it, then it's pointless. So join me, well, we're already at the front, but I'm going to sit down. Sammy can zoom in on the buttons and the monitor and show you some of the functions. Now, those of you that follow us on Motorhome Retrofits and subscribe to our channel and also on our sister company Advanced In Car, you're probably aware of the fact that I like to moan about the British weather, and that's because of the fact that I just feel that it's always bloody miserable. It's always raining. Now today we're struggling with the other side of that, and that is that the camera is struggling with the really bright outside and the dark interior of the motorhome, but also we've got a lot of noise on the estate, so we're keeping the doors shut. So it's going to pan in on me, apologies for that, and we're going to talk about the 360 but keep it brief because we've done loads of videos. But the reason why I wanted to do it more on this one is because more and more of these coach-built motorhomes are coming out on a Ford chassis, and that alone means that we're going to be doing more and more of the 360 system in a Ford-based system. So Sammy's taken a load of photos anyway, and again during the video they will come up on the screen even if you think there's loads of videos. Most importantly is how we've fitted this screen or this monitor. This was the original rear view monitor. Probably got Sammy there in the camera shot. This was the original rear view mirror, and what Martin has done is taken this mirror apart and used the gimbal or the mount for the existing or the screen on here. And that means that the screen, bearing in mind it's a 10-inch HD monitor, is really high up and out the way, not going to cause an obstruction, but then still allows the blind to operate as it should do, but not fully closed. So monitors in place, looking really good. Switches are down by my driver's knee, and then you get the usual default view of 70% rear camera, 30% of the overview. As usual, we get the drone up in the sky on an overcast day, which was yesterday. Take a picture of the roof, so what you see on the monitor is your particular vehicle. Now, if you want to know more about how the system works, we have done one before that allows you to be in the cab whilst I'm driving, but it's difficult for the cameraman to then not have the camera shaking around. When you indicate left camera, when you indicate right camera, and that's what makes our system stand out better than any of the others on the market. Full HD, 180 degree angle, not 720p, full HD, that's 1080, and a 1 terabyte hard drive built in, not an SD card. So if you've got a vehicle like this or any other vehicle that wants a 360 system, get in touch with us via the contact form. Website's in the bio. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Keep liking our videos, keep subscribing, tell your friends, and get in touch with us. And as usual, thanks for watching.